Hello! As always, I'm doing readings, info in the About section. We are nearing the end of the Mercury and Jupiter retrograde time period. I know it's really common to say, "Oh, Mercury retrograde," but this has been actually quite a month. There's so much good and there's so much opportunity with it, but we need to look at the challenges always with whatever energy that we're looking at, because it's always going to be both. So let's focus on a little bit more of the challenge, some stuff to keep in mind over the next couple of days, because there's some easy pitfalls to fall into if we're not being consciously aware of them. And then we'll look at the beautiful gifts of this. So I think that probably the biggest thing is still just to remain calm, to breathe. Again, we're nearing the end of this Mercury and this Jupiter retrograde time period. But if anything, like they always say, it's darkest before the dawn. There is a lot of, I think, challenge for everyone around the world, potentially, as per being impatient and rushing things and trying to force things. We've had Sun and Mars conjunct again for the last 2 months, and especially with Mercury being retrograde, as well as Jupiter and Saturn being retrograde during this last month, we've had a lot of standstill. We've had a lot of inner development, and that's the beautiful part of it. Is this has been a great time for inner growth, of figuring stuff out, just like I've been saying, especially when it comes to ourselves, when it comes to others in our lives, our relationships, getting our ideas right for our vision long term. What are we working towards? What are we seeking to envision, to manifest, to accomplish? Over the course of the rest of the year, over the course of the next year, over the course of the long term of our lives, we have a lot of pressure, and that's okay, because we need that pressure to actually get stuff done. So it's good to embrace that pressure, but it is a lot of pressure. Again, gifts and challenges, beautiful opportunities to really focus on the long term of our lives. Challenges, oh, okay, so how do I prepare for the next 10 years? It's a lot. And even in the more microcosmic short term, it's a lot. So breathe. Take time this weekend with all this Pisces. Oh, actually, no, let me finish that thought real quick. So again, with Mars conjunct Sun, don't seek to force anything. Continue to be in dialogue with other people. Don't let the frustration get the best of you. It's very normal. Mars is an energy of go, of action. We've had these retrogrades that are saying, no, we need to go more inward. It's not necessarily the time to do the external conversation or work or whatever it might be. We just need to kind of bide our time. And when the right time comes to handle whatever it is that we need to handle and or to move forward, then it'll come. It's important to not lock ourselves, though. There is progress always to be made. So if there's action that can be done now that will help you, do it. Yeah, again, this is a lot of energy. It's hard to generalize effectively for everyone, but I think in general there's some kind of tension that everyone's going to be experiencing in one way or another, whether things are really good or not so good. And it's just good to be patient with that tension, again, to breathe through it, to seek to help other people know where you're coming from, and to understand where other people are coming from too, to listen, to be patient. Whenever Mars and the Sun are conjunct, we really, it's good to move forward with action, but this is a time period where that action isn't so much a direct A to B type thing. It's more of we need to think about it, we need to get other people's perspectives, we need to collaborate with other people, we need to cooperate, we have to figure out at what point do we have to stand firm on our boundaries and also respect the other boundaries of others, and where's the middle point, where's the common ground. It's a lot of work. A lot more work than typical. Like last month with Sun and Mars being conjunct in Virgo, it's like, great, go work out and develop professional skills and you'll be good. With this one, it's like, wait, hold on, go, okay, great, coast, okay, stop, wait. It's like, what? Oh my goodness. So yeah, again, just I think being patient with ourselves and with others is really the key for this. And again, we are in the last couple days of it. And what's the beautiful thing about all of what we've been experiencing for all of October is it's prepared us so well for the rest of the year, again, for our long-term future in general, the next year of Saturn being in Aquarius, and then again, the next 30 years, you can see from one perspective with Saturn. So yeah, there's so much to gain. We just have to really be patient. I think that's a big thing for this weekend. Moon in Pisces is helping in certain ways, and as always, it has its challenges too. So I think the key for this moon is to meditate also to breathe. That's always the key, certainly a major key. To take our time and not get caught up in our emotions, listen to great music that makes us feel deep, and watch films and experience that magic of Moon in Pisces, which is the wonder of life, of existence, of getting wrapped up in stories, of experiencing a deeper connection to our subconscious than we typically experience throughout the month. Again, connecting with other people and in fun ways. But I think that honestly, for most people in the world, Venus in Sagittarius is saying like, hey, let's go out and have fun. But whereas like last weekend, like we talked about a week ago with Moon in Sagittarius transit, that was more like a let's get out and see people, let's party, let's have fun. This weekend is more let's go inward, let's really reflect, let's heal. I think especially because we're building up to a full moon in the next couple days, which we'll cover with the next transit, but it's good to look forward to this because, I mean, yes, in a positive sense, let's look forward to it. There's always opportunities, but this is quite a heavy full moon. Now, we do see Mercury and Jupiter going direct with this full moon, but naturally they'll still be in the shadow period. It's not going to, like, things are going to like snap into place and then go full force, but that's what this full moon is really going to want from us. So the positive side is the ability to move forward with stuff that has been at a standstill is great, but I think honestly the challenge here is to be impatient and to rush things and feel like I'm just gonna do it now. And it's like whoa. Again, this full moon is gonna be great and this is, by the way, this is happening Monday and Tuesday of this next week, and we'll get into it. But again, I feel like this weekend is building up to the full moon, and the full moon is quite a lot of action. So for this weekend, I think it's really wise to take it easy, to reflect, to go inwards, to just take care of ourselves emotionally and our mental health too. This stellium has been great of Mercury, Mars, and Sun in a lot of ways, but again, just like we've been talking about with like the last transit video a couple days ago with the Moon in Aquarius, we still have a lot of air energy. And as an air sign with Mercury and Saturn and air myself, and then Sun and Mercury, Saturn in the house of air, like double air, air is great. There's no such thing as a bad element or bad energy. It's all cool. But whenever we have a great preponderance, a great majority of one particular element, it tends to tax us because it's so much of that energy. And in this case, it's the mental energy. So let's just, I think for the rest of October, again, it's really good to keep in mind, we're coasting. There could be great action, great movement, but ultimately things are not going to be launching forward at light year speed until really like even later November. But November in general, we're seeing a huge shift by the time of November because Sun will be conjunct Mars in Scorpio. It's so much easier to work with than the current Sun and Mars conjunction, let alone all these retrogrades and the conjunction of Mercury and Mars and Sun. So congratulations, just honestly, congratulations for us for getting through October. I don't mean to be dramatic because there's always good stuff, but October has been rough. October has been a time of trying to figure out the inner world, trying to figure out the outer world, and how to communicate our inner world with other people. It's been a lot of our relationships, our relationship to ourselves. It's been a lot. So good job, you made it, beautiful. And there's so much good that will come from all of this struggle, always. So just keep that in mind. Take it easy this weekend. And again, as always, I'm doing readings. Feel free to get into contact with me if you'd like some help to kind of figure some stuff out. I'm booked for the next couple of days, pretty much actually this entire next week, but I still have the week after that open, and this is still going to be happening then. So, yeah. Infinite love to you, my friends. Namaste. Peace.